Are you sure your legs are still strong? Sitting down is easy, but standing up, you have to hold on to something. Walking a few hundred meters, you have to stop midway to rest your legs a bit. Many people think it's just muscle fatigue due to age, but in reality, it's a sign that the body is gradually losing strength in the most important parts, the thigh, knee, calf muscles. What's even more worrying is that muscle loss doesn't happen loudly. It gradually disappears day by day when meals lack protein, lack minerals, and even lack nutrients that nourish nerves and repair muscle fibers. So how can your legs remain strong even after 60, 70? How can you still climb stairs, still walk your pets, without worrying about slipping or losing balance? This video doesn't promise anything miraculous, but I will help you do one small thing that makes a real difference. Choose the right 6 types of food to rebuild strength in your legs. No need for medication, no need to change your entire menu. Just eat right, a little each day, and you are giving your muscles more nutrients, your neuromuscular system more stability, and yourself more steadiness. I will explain clearly which foods help restore endurance, which foods fight muscle inflammation, which foods support nerve transmission, so you no longer startle awake due to nighttime cramps. All have scientific evidence, and all can start right from your own kitchen. Many people still often think that to have strong legs, we must diligently lift weights, walk every day, and supplement with all kinds of vitamins. Those things are absolutely true, but only when your body has enough nutrients to nourish the muscles. Because if the daily diet doesn't provide enough raw materials to regenerate and develop muscles, then no matter how diligently you exercise, the muscles will still have difficulty recovering and staying healthy. Muscles, especially in the legs, require a series of factors that coordinate rhythmically: complex carbohydrates to maintain a sustainable source of energy, antioxidants to soothe the simmering mild inflammation in muscles, tendons, and joints, vitamins and minerals that help nerves transmit signals accurately to each muscle bundle, and of course, protein is indispensable, the builder that helps repair muscle fibers after each movement, even just gentle steps around the house. Right now, we will begin to explore a food that may not be the brightest star on the list, but still acts like a small brick, contributing to rebuilding the foundation of strength for your legs. And interestingly, it's not meat, nor is it fish, but a familiar root vegetable with a mild sweetness and soft texture. Food number 6 on the list: sweet potato. There are times when you haven't walked for 10 minutes and your legs feel like they're dragging. Not painful, but heavy. Not numb, but limp. It's as if you're missing something, but you don't know what. The truth is, sometimes leg fatigue isn't because the muscles are weak. It's because they're energy starved. Older adults often fear starches, thinking that eating a lot will increase blood sugar and cause weight gain. But because of this, muscles lack the necessary fuel to function stably, especially during light activities like walking, gardening, or even standing to cook. And no one clearly states there are many types of starches. If you choose the right ones, they are a natural source of energy for aging muscles, helping your legs step firmly without fatigue. And among the many types of starches, sweet potatoes are a particularly suitable choice for older adults. Why? After age 60, the body tends to have a reduced ability to use sugar effectively, making muscles more prone to energy starvation compared to younger people. If you eat only fast-digesting carbs, energy will increase very quickly, but also drop very quickly, like going up a hill and then rushing down. The result, a feeling of exhaustion, sluggishness, and no longer having the strength to walk, climb stairs, or even simply stand up from a chair, becomes slow. At this point, the muscles aren't weak, they're just out of gas. Unlike white bread or refined rice, sweet potatoes provide slow-absorbing carbs, which help keep blood sugar stable and release energy gradually and steadily. In other words, it gives your legs the power to go further, longer, without running out of battery midway. Few people think that a small sweet potato contains such a rich nutritional profile, and especially one that is suitable for the elderly body. The first thing worth mentioning is potassium. Potassium is one of the most important minerals for muscles, but it is often overlooked. It's not as famous as calcium or iron, but it's the very factor that helps muscles contract and relax rhythmically. If potassium is deficient, muscles will contract slowly, relax poorly, and be prone to slight twitching or cramps, especially at night or after a lot of walking. Sweet potatoes provide over 330 milligrams of potassium per 100 grams, much higher than commonly consumed foods like white rice, bread, or even some fruits. When the body is adequately supplied with potassium, the signal transmission between nerves and muscles will be clearer, avoiding the situation of giving orders but the muscles don't obey. Not stopping there, sweet potatoes also contain a compound very important for soft tissues, beta-carotene, a precursor to vitamin A. This substance is not only good for the eyes, as people often think, but also plays a role in protecting cells from oxidative stress, especially the muscle cells that are constantly active. Imagine, every time muscles contract and relax, especially during a lot of movement, muscle tissue generates free radicals, like small, toxic smoke. Beta-carotene has the ability to clean up some of those free radicals, helping muscles recover better and experience less simmering inflammation. In addition, sweet potatoes also contain a small amount of vitamin E, another antioxidant that helps protect the cell membranes of muscles from damage during the aging process. Not loud, not expensive, but when you look closely, each component in a sweet potato is contributing to protecting the flexibility, endurance, and stability of your legs. It's just that we haven't paid attention to it for a long time. A randomized controlled trial, RCT, published in the journal Nutrients in 2022 with subjects who were adults aged 60 and over. The scientists gave one group a low to medium glycemic index breakfast using baked sweet potatoes as the main carbohydrate. The other group ate white bread, a common, easily digestible carb, but one that quickly raises and then lowers blood sugar. After 6 weeks, the results showed that the sweet potato group maintained exercise endurance longer and felt less exhausted after the 6-minute walk test. There was no significant difference in weight or blood pressure, but subjective indicators of muscle fatigue, heavy legs, and continuous exercise time were significantly improved. Also in this study, those who ate sweet potatoes had more stable insulin levels, which is important for helping muscles receive signals and use energy properly. This is very significant, as older adults often have mild insulin resistance, a factor that causes muscles to eat enough but still not recover well. Thus, it's not just personal feeling. Clinical data has confirmed carbs from sweet potatoes can help the muscles of older adults function more effectively, feel less tired, and be more enduring. But how to eat sweet potatoes to reduce leg fatigue and keep them healthy longer? If sweet potatoes are used at the right time, in the right amount, and prepared in the right way, they will truly play their role as clean fuel for the muscles. The best time to eat sweet potatoes is in the morning or early afternoon, when you are about to do some activity like walking, gardening, or just light cleaning around the house. Eating them at that time allows the muscles to utilize the energy from the sweet potatoes for activity, reducing feelings of sluggishness and preventing leg fatigue after just a few steps. The ideal serving doesn't need to be too much, about 1/2 to 1 medium sweet potato, 100 to 150 grams, is enough. No need to force yourself to eat a lot, because too much will lead to excess sugar, which is counterproductive. But if you maintain 3 to 4 times per week regularly, the body will start to learn how to use energy better and more rhythmically. The preparation method is also very important. You should steam, bake, or boil them thoroughly with the skin on to retain the most potassium, vitamins, and antioxidants in the sweet potato. Limit deep frying or stir frying with a lot of oil, because that not only loses all the benefits, but also increases the risk of mild inflammation in muscle tissue. A small tip I often share: try eating sweet potatoes with 1 boiled egg or 1 tablespoon of unsweetened yogurt. This combination will help stabilize blood sugar, prolong the feeling of fullness, and provide additional protein, supporting the process of muscle fiber regeneration after exercise. When the meal is designed correctly like this, you will feel the difference after just a few weeks. Legs feel less tired, standing up is less stiff, climbing stairs is less heavy. That's not magic. That's the positive reaction of the body to a reasonable diet. Some changes don't need to be loud. No need for expensive supplements, no need for heavy exercise regimens or assistive devices. Just a sweet potato. When you choose sweet potatoes, you are not just choosing a food again, you are choosing how to fuel your body in a stable, natural, and aging body-friendly way. You don't need to understand all the terms like GI index, beta carotene, or nerve transmission. You just need to remember that when your legs are tired from lack of gas, sweet potatoes are the cleanest, most evenly burning, and most sustainable fuel that nature has ever created. However, sweet potatoes mainly provide energy support. If you want to supplement more minerals to reduce cramps and reduce muscle fatigue, you need another food. Small, easy to cook, and no less nutritious. Oats, the fifth ranked food. Right now, we will explore why oats, which are often thought of as a monotonous diet food, can play an important role in keeping your legs steady after age 60. Mr. Robert, 72 years old, living in the suburbs of Portland, Oregon, is a very disciplined person in his daily life. He eats according to the DASH diet, checks his blood pressure every week, does light exercise in the morning, and never touches fast food. However, in recent months, he began to feel something was not right. Not a heart attack, not high blood pressure, but at night, his calves often twitched slightly, especially the left one. It doesn't hurt, just feels like someone is lightly pulling inside, uncomfortable enough that I can't fall back asleep. Initially, he thought it was because his new walking shoes were a bit stiff, or because he walked a bit too much that day. But the symptoms kept recurring. His muscles didn't fully cramp, but it was enough to wake him up in the middle of the night and leave his legs feeling exhausted the next morning. During a general checkup, the doctor said there were no obvious neurological issues or muscle damage. There was only one minor abnormality in the test results. His blood magnesium level was slightly low. The doctor gently reminded him, "You still eat well, but your body may not be absorbing magnesium as well as it used to. It's common in older adults." That statement made Mr. Robert reconsider his diet. He ate green vegetables, drank milk, and ate fish. But there was one thing he had overlooked for many years: whole grains, especially oats. And that was when he started to change. Just one breakfast each day with some slow-cooked oats, and his legs gradually became well-behaved again. After that health check, Mr. Robert began to learn about magnesium, a substance he had never paid attention to during his decades of healthy living. He discovered something quite surprising. Even without a protein, calcium, or exercise deficiency, just slightly low blood magnesium levels could immediately cause his legs to react with silent twitches, disrupted nerve transmission rhythms, and prolonged fatigue. Magnesium is a mineral directly involved in over 300 biological reactions in the body, including muscle contraction and relaxation, nerve stabilization, and sleep regulation. The same goes for iron. When it comes to iron, many people immediately think of anemia, but iron, especially the iron in whole grains like oats, also plays an important role in supplying oxygen to the muscles. When muscles lack oxygen, even just a little, they tire quickly and have difficulty recovering after walking or standing for a long time. And when Mr. Robert started eating oats every morning, the change wasn't just that his magnesium levels gradually returned to normal, but his sleep became deeper, his legs twitched less, and he felt significantly more agile after just 2 weeks. It all started with a grain that had long been considered bland, hard to eat, and only for dieters. But oats, with their high content of magnesium, iron, and soluble fiber, were gradually becoming one of the foods recommended by experts for people over 60 to maintain strong legs. There was an interesting thing that Mr. Robert discovered after starting to eat oats regularly every morning. Not only did his legs feel less tired, But his mood throughout the day was also lighter and more focused. And when he told his doctor about it, the answer was very simple. Because oats are not only good for muscles, but also help regulate the nervous system, stabilizing energy throughout the day. It might sound magical, but in fact, it all has clear scientific basis. In 100 grams of whole grain oats, there is approximately 177 milligrams of magnesium, equivalent to nearly 45% of the recommended daily intake. 4 milligrams of iron, non-Him, a type of iron that can be absorbed slowly but is safe and sustainable. 13 grams of plant-based protein, although not as complete as animal protein, it is very useful when combined with nuts or milk, and especially beta-glucan, a type of soluble fiber that is not only good for cardiovascular health, but also helps regulate sugar absorption and slows down feelings of hunger. And among hundreds of types of grains, very few have such a balanced combination of magnesium, iron, protein, and fiber as oats. This combination is precisely why oats can contribute to improving mobility, muscle endurance, and reducing mild spasms without the need for any supplements. In fact, according to an analysis of US NHANES data from 2019, older adults with adequate daily magnesium intake had a 22% lower risk of nighttime leg cramps compared to the deficient group. A simple breakfast, but it helps stabilize one of the most complex systems, muscle, nerve, blood, that we rely on every day to maintain balance, stand firm, and walk. But do you know how to eat oats correctly to nourish your legs from the inside out? Oats are not a supplement, nor are they a magical superfood. It only reaches its full potential when eaten at the right time, in the right amount, and combined correctly. The best time to eat oats is for breakfast or early lunch, when the body needs a stable source of energy to start light activity during the day. Unlike fast-digesting starches from white bread or sticky rice, oats help release energy slowly and evenly, supporting better muscle contraction and relaxation throughout the morning. A reasonable serving for older adults is about 30 to 50 grams of dry oats, equivalent to 3 to 5 tablespoons, slow cooked with warm water or unsweetened milk. However, the key lies in the combination. If you eat plain oats with water, the effect will be limited. But if you combine it with a little nut milk, a few slices of banana, or 1 tablespoon of ground flaxseed, then the dish will become rich in protein, magnesium, and good fats, significantly supporting muscle recovery and reducing fatigue after exercise. For those who are not used to bland food, you can try the following. Mix oats with thinly sliced steamed eggs, some soft stir-fried vegetables, and olive oil. Eat it like a savory porridge. No sugar, no milk, but full of nutrients. Important notes. Avoid instant oats with added sugar and artificial fruit flavors. Do not mix with condensed milk or heavy cream. Limit eating late in the evening. Can cause mild bloating in some sensitive individuals. In summary, oats need to be used as part of an overall nutritional system, not in isolation. And if eaten correctly, with the right combinations, you are not only nourishing the strength of your legs, but also protecting your blood vessels, blood sugar, and even getting deeper sleep each night. Of course, oats aren't everything. There are other nutrients, not found in grains, but in fresh foods rich in good fats, that help reduce inflammation and increase the smoothness of the neuromuscular system. And the next food comes from another soft, fatty fruit, but it's wonderful for people over 60, the avocado. In people over 60, muscle aches, mild joint inflammation, or feelings of heavy legs and nighttime cramps are not only related to a lack of protein or minerals, but can also stem from a deficiency in healthy fats and antioxidant micronutrients like vitamin E. During the aging process, muscle and nerve tissues are more susceptible to damage from mild chronic inflammation, oxidative stress, and decreased blood vessel elasticity. If left unchecked, these factors contribute to reduced muscle endurance, loss of balance during movement, and an increased risk of falls. Avocado is one of the foods that simultaneously provides both good fats and essential micronutrients that help protect soft tissues, especially suitable for older adults as it contains monounsaturated fatty acids, MUFA, in avocados account for up to 10 grams per 100 grams of fruit flesh. Natural vitamin E, alpha tocopherol. 100 grams of avocado contains about 2 milligrams of vitamin E, accounting for nearly 13% of the daily requirement. Potassium, 485 milligrams per 100 grams, higher than bananas, 358 milligrams per 100 grams. Unlike sweet fruits rich in simple sugars, avocados almost don't raise blood sugar when eaten alone, making them suitable for older adults at risk of prediabetes or those managing their blood sugar. In summary, avocados are a food with a comprehensive impact on muscle, tendon, nerve health, and deserve a place in the diet to support healthy legs in middle and old age. When entering the age of 60 and beyond, the body begins to experience the clear effects of muscle and nerve tissue aging. One silent but dangerous factor is low-grade chronic inflammation, a condition that many people don't clearly feel but can lead to prolonged muscle fatigue even with light exercise, increased risk of nighttime cramps and muscle spasms, reduced ability to recover after prolonged standing, walking, or climbing stairs, and in the long term, leading to a decrease in muscle mass and strength, sarcopenia. This chronic inflammation usually doesn't cause fever or obvious pain, but can be measured through biomarkers such as CRP, C-reactive protein. And it is here that MUFA in avocados has been shown to be a substance capable of significantly reducing the level of this inflammation. According to a meta-analysis published in the journal Advances in Nutrition, 2021, adults with a diet rich in monounsaturated fatty acids, such as from avocados or olive oil, had an average CRP reduction of about 8%, indicating a decrease in systemic inflammatory response, including muscle tissue, joints, and blood vessels. Vitamin E in avocados also plays a similar supporting role, but in a different way. It doesn't directly fight inflammation, but protects the cell membranes of muscles from damage by the oxygen radicals produced during muscle activity, walking, standing up, light lifting, etc. In older adults, muscle cell membranes become less flexible, and if vitamin E is lacking, the micro damage caused by daily activities will be difficult to repair, thereby causing a dull ache and reduced mobility. In addition, vitamin E is fat-soluble, so avocados, being both a source of vitamin E and containing natural fats, help increase absorption many times compared to vitamin E from green vegetables eaten alone. Most importantly, many older adults worry that fat will increase cholesterol or affect cardiovascular health. But modern research shows that MUFA from avocados and olive oil can help lower bad LDL cholesterol while not lowering HDL. They don't increase liver fat like saturated fats, animal fat, and they can improve insulin resistance, a factor directly related to muscle loss due to poor metabolism. Combined, avocados offer a particularly beneficial duo for muscle, nerve health in older adults. MUFA reduces silent inflammation and stabilizes blood vessels. Vitamin E protects muscle tissue from oxidative damage. Both together help maintain endurance, reduce fatigue, and reduce the risk of muscle spasms after exercise. Besides, the potassium in avocados is not only high in content, but also more easily absorbed thanks to the natural fatty environment, helping this mineral enter cells more effectively, while stabilizing blood sugar and avoiding electrolyte fluctuations after meals. It's quite a wonderful food, isn't it? But what is the best way to eat avocados to optimize their benefits for muscles and legs? Avocado is a nutrient-rich fruit, but often misunderstood, causing many older adults to worry about weight gain, high blood lipids, or indigestion. In fact, these concerns are only valid when we use avocados improperly. For example, eating too much at once, combining them with sugar, condensed milk, heavy cream, or eating them late at night. To maximize the benefits of avocados without putting pressure on the digestive, cardiovascular, or blood sugar systems, older adults should follow some principles. Regarding dosage, half an avocado per day, about 50 to 75 grams, is ideal. The best time to eat them is at noon or in the late afternoon, when the body needs energy and the digestive system is working effectively. Avoid eating avocados close to bedtime to prevent bloating. Regarding combinations, it's best to eat avocado slices with vegetable salads, boiled eggs, grilled fish, or whole wheat bread to increase vitamin E absorption, supplement protein and fiber, help you feel full longer, and stabilize blood sugar. If you want to make smoothies, use unsweetened nut milk, little ice, and no added sugar or condensed milk. You can add flax seeds or oats to boost fiber and omega-3s. However, people with uncontrolled blood lipid disorders should consult their doctor about the appropriate amount of avocado, and those taking anticoagulants or diuretics should be aware due to the high vitamin K and potassium content of avocados. A simple and good meal suggestion for people over 60 is half an avocado eaten with boiled eggs, a slice of whole grain bread, and a few slices of tomato. This meal is rich in protein, good fats, antioxidants, and potassium, helping to reduce muscle tissue inflammation, stabilize nerves, and support better leg movement during the day. In summary, avocado is a reasonable part of a diet that supports muscle, tendon, and nerve health for older adults if used correctly, helping to reduce the risk of muscle inflammation and cramps and naturally improve leg endurance. You've given your body a layer of protection from the inside out, without supplements and without overhauling your entire diet. However, if you want to accelerate muscle recovery, support tendons and joints, and provide deep antioxidant protection from within, you need another group of foods, rich in natural antioxidants, supporting increased collagen synthesis and connective tissue repair. And they're not in any pill, they're in small, colorful berries. And the older you get, the more you need them. All kinds of berries. When it comes to leg strength, people often immediately think of muscles and protein. But there's another part, not prominent, but crucial for flexibility, stability, and reducing the risk of injury, and that's connective tissue, tendons, ligaments, and endogenous collagen in muscles. According to the natural aging process, from the age of 50 onwards, the body begins to reduce the ability to synthesize collagen, an important component that helps keep tendons and muscles elastic, prevents tearing, and reduces pain after exercise. Increase endogenous oxidative stress, free radicals, ROS, accumulate in soft tissues during activity, especially after light exercise, prolonged standing, or sudden changes in posture. Impair the ability to fight inflammation and repair micro-damage to tissues due to a deficiency in antioxidant enzymes and inadequate nutrition. Therefore, providing enough antioxidants from natural foods, especially polyphenols, anthocyanins, and vitamin C, becomes a key factor in maintaining the health of muscle, tendon, joint tissues. And the most prominent food group for this ability is none other than berries. From blueberries, raspberries, strawberries to blackberries, all contain very high concentrations of antioxidants and at the same time have the ability to support collagen synthesis, reduce muscle inflammation markers, and speed up the recovery of small injuries in soft tissues after everyday activities. In the plant world, brightly colored berries are not only visually appealing, but also a sign of high antioxidant content, especially anthocyanins, flavonoids, and natural polyphenols. Anthocyanins, the deep purple pigments in fruits like blueberries, blackberries, and black raspberries, help repair tendon and muscle tissue by neutralizing free radicals, inhibiting inflammation, and protecting the blood vessels that nourish muscles, while also stimulating the production of collagen, which is crucial for the structure of tendons, ligaments, and muscle tissue. Research shows that consuming blueberries can increase hand grip strength, reduce oxidative damage, and improve exercise recovery in older adults. Besides, the abundant vitamin C in strawberries is an indispensable catalyst for the synthesis of endogenous collagen, helping to heal inflamed muscle tissue, strengthen joint cartilage and tendons, and improve the elasticity of soft tissues, thereby supporting balance and preventing falls. Since vitamin C is not stored in the body, daily supplementation from berries, which are low in sugar and rich in fiber, is an ideal choice. The synergistic combination of anthocyanins, vitamin C, and other polyphenols in berries provides comprehensive protection and recovery for muscle, tendon, and joint tissues, helping older adults maintain mobility, reduce fatigue, increase endurance, and prevent small injuries that significantly affect their quality of life. So, what is the right choice for you among the countless types of berries on the market? To optimize the benefits for older adults without affecting blood sugar or digestion, choosing the right type, form, and amount is key. Blueberries are good for exercise and muscle recovery. Use fresh, frozen, or in smoothies. Strawberries are rich in vitamin C, supporting collagen and reducing inflammation. Prioritize clean varieties. Blackberries and black raspberries are good for capillaries. Use with yogurt or smoothies. Wild berries and black grapes support immunity, suitable in extract or frozen form. Prioritize fresh or frozen whole berries. Berry smoothies with oats and nut milk are an ideal breakfast. Berries combined with boiled eggs and whole wheat bread create a balanced meal. Avoid dried berries with added sugar and bottled juices. People with sensitive stomachs should eat small amounts after meals or with yogurt. In summary, berries are a valuable source of nutrients for tendon, muscle, and ligament tissues. To maximize their effectiveness for your legs, it's best to eat berries in the morning, during or after a protein-rich breakfast, or in the late afternoon, combined with appropriate foods, and avoid eating them on an empty stomach if you have stomach issues. Regular consumption 3 to 4 times a week in reasonable amounts will significantly improve feelings of fatigue, endurance, and exercise recovery. Just 6 to 10 berries at a time, regularly 3 to 4 times a week, combined in smart meals. The benefits you'll receive are less tired legs, fewer cramps, and a reduction in the dull, aching sensation in your calves and knees. These are changes that don't require medication, don't require excessive exercise, and don't require a large investment. Just a small change, but repeated regularly, and your body will know how to recover. However, to truly enhance muscle recovery, prevent age-related muscle loss, and support the neuromuscular system in transmitting accurate signals, another group of nutrients is needed, found in high-quality protein sources and powerful omega-3 fats. And that is the role of fatty fish, the second-ranked food in the list of foods that help restore leg strength, proven in many large studies on people over 60. After 60, many people experience a silent decline in leg strength. Walking quickly becomes tiring, standing for long periods causes trembling, and climbing stairs becomes more difficult. Even with a diet ensuring sufficient protein from meat, eggs, and beans, muscle strength, especially in the lower body, still tends to decrease. This is a sign of sarcopenia, age-related muscle loss, which usually begins quietly after age 50 and becomes more pronounced after age 60. Sarcopenia is not simply a protein deficiency, but is also influenced by 3 key factors: reduced muscle protein synthesis, low-grade chronic inflammation that accelerates muscle breakdown, especially in the legs, and impaired neuromuscular function that causes muscles to react slowly, weakly, fatigue easily, and lose balance. After 60, many people experience a silent decline in leg strength. Walking quickly becomes tiring, standing for long periods causes trembling, and climbing stairs becomes more difficult. Even with a diet ensuring sufficient protein from meat, eggs, and beans, muscle strength, especially in the lower body, still tends to decrease. This is a sign of sarcopenia, age-related muscle loss, which usually begins quietly after age 50 and becomes more pronounced after age 60. Sarcopenia is not simply a protein deficiency, but is also influenced by 3 key factors: reduced muscle protein synthesis, low-grade chronic inflammation that accelerates muscle breakdown, especially in the legs, and impaired neuromuscular function that causes muscles to react slowly, weakly, fatigue easily, and lose balance. So, is there any food that can simultaneously address all 3 of these factors? The answer lies in fatty fish, especially salmon, mackerel, and sardines, oily fish that are not only rich in complete protein, but also contain omega-3 fatty acids, EPA plus DHA. Unlike red meat or plant-based protein, fatty fish provides easily absorbable protein, along with nutrients clinically proven to activate muscle building and reduce chronic inflammation. For this reason, fatty fish deserves the second position on the list of essential foods for maintaining the strength and stability of your legs. In particular, fatty fish is rich in leucine, an amino acid that acts like a biological switch activating muscle building. In young people, only a small amount is needed, but in older adults, the leucine level needs to reach a threshold of 2.5 to 3 grams per meal for the body to truly initiate muscle protein synthesis, and with just about 100 to 120 grams of fatty fish per meal, this threshold is met. What is the most noticeable feeling? Lighter steps after a week of regular consumption, climbing stairs without having to stop midway, and a feeling of renewed strength after each night's rest. But fatty fish doesn't stop at protein. What makes it a reliable companion for old age is its abundant natural omega-3 content, especially the two active biological forms, EPA and DHA. In older adults, chronic inflammation often doesn't manifest clearly like fever or pain, but it is present through prolonged fatigue, muscles that don't recover after light walking, or a dull backache after cooking. These seemingly small things are the result of inflammatory substances, such as IL-6 or TNF-alpha, constantly attacking muscle tissue. In that context, EPA from fatty fish acts like a gatekeeper, preventing the excessive production of inflammatory molecules, thereby slowing down the process of muscle and joint degeneration. As a result, people who eat fatty fish regularly often feel their bodies recover more easily, no longer experiencing prolonged aches and pains after light work. DHA, a major component of nerve cell membranes, plays a role in maintaining the ability to transmit signals from the brain to the muscles. When DHA levels are low, signal transmission slows down, causing muscles to react poorly. Legs may buckle when stepping, and hands may tremble slightly when lifting objects. But when nerve membranes are adequately nourished with DHA, the signal transmission process becomes smoother, helping the body maintain good balance, react faster, and reduce the risk of falls. Therefore, fatty fish not only helps build muscle, but also protects muscles from inflammatory damage and helps the nervous system function smoothly like in younger years. If we compare the elderly body to a machine that has been running for many years, then the omega-3s in fatty fish are like precious lubricating oil, both soothing the joints and preventing rust in the muscles, helping that machine continue to run smoothly. In reality, you don't need to eat fish every day. Just 2 to 3 servings of fatty fish per week, with an amount of about 100 to 150 grams each time, is enough to create a positive impact on muscle health, nerves, and even mood. If you're bothered by the fishy smell, lightly grilled salmon with steamed vegetables or a sardine salad mixed with olive oil are also very easy to eat and extremely nutritious options. And if you once thought that maintaining muscle mass is impossible after 60, a small portion of fish might make you think again. When choosing fatty fish to enhance muscle health, what's important is not just the type of fish, but also the cooking method. Many people have a habit of frying fish until crispy, braising it with strong salty flavors, or grilling it until charred for a richer taste. But unfortunately, these methods accidentally destroy most of the valuable omega-3s in the fish. Not only that, they also create oxidized compounds like HCAs and AGEs, which are known to increase inflammation and accelerate tissue aging. Instead, methods like steaming, soft grilling, light pan frying, or light braising are much smarter choices. They not only help preserve the full omega-3 content, but are also gentle on the stomach, especially when combined with spices like ginger, turmeric, or herbs, which help improve digestion and mask the natural fishy smell. However, although fatty fish offers many benefits, people taking blood thinners or having lipid metabolism problems still need to be cautious. In these cases, the serving should be limited to 2 to 3 meals per week, and you should consult your doctor if you are undergoing complex cardiovascular treatment. Remember, eating fish is good, but eating it the right way truly brings lasting strength to the body. But for the recovery of your legs to be complete, the body also needs another crucial factor: the stability of the neuromuscular system, the ability to accurately transmit commands from the brain to the muscle fibers. and the ability to protect the myelin sheath of the nerves. That's where whole eggs, the number one food on this list, will play a central role, providing choline, vitamins B, 12, and D, along with the highest biological protein in nature, helping your legs be strong, agile, and flexible. In every movement of the body, from a simple step, standing up from a chair, to maintaining balance when turning, all require the harmonious coordination between the brain, motor nerves, and the muscular system. And it's worth noting that impaired neuromuscular transmission is the silent culprit that weakens legs over time, even when muscle mass is still sufficient. Older adults often experience symptoms such as loss of balance when standing, slow reactions to slight stumbles, a feeling of unsteady legs, even on flat ground, easy falls because muscles don't receive commands from the brain in time. This is not simply a matter of weak muscles, but a disruption of signals between the nervous system and muscle fibers. And to fix it, not only is exercise needed, but also supplementing specific nutrients that support the protection and recovery of the neuromuscular system. That's why whole eggs, despite being small and familiar, hold the top position on this list. In older adults, the nervous system begins to slow down. Part of the reason is that the myelin sheath, the insulation surrounding the nerves, wears down over time. When this layer weakens, signals from the brain to the muscles are no longer transmitted as quickly and accurately as before, causing the body to react slowly, easily stumble, cramp, or lose balance even with gentle movement. Two nutrients play a central role in protecting and repairing the myelin sheath: choline and vitamin B12. Choline is the raw material for creating acetylcholine, the neurotransmitter that transmits motor signals from nerves to muscles. When choline is deficient, muscles don't receive commands in time, reflexes become slow, and it's easy to feel unsteady when moving. Whole eggs are a rich source of choline, with each large egg providing about 147 milligrams, equivalent to more than 25% of the daily choline requirement. Vitamin B12, on the other hand, is necessary for repairing and maintaining the myelin sheath that protects nerves. A B12 deficiency will gradually damage the nerves without obvious initial signs. It's only when mild numbness, poor reflexes, or unexplained muscle weakness appear that many people notice. In older adults, the ability to absorb B12 decreases, so even with a full diet, a silent deficiency is common. Eggs also contain 0.6 micrograms of vitamin B12 per egg, accounting for approximately 25% of the daily requirement, and in an easily absorbable form thanks to their natural structure. In summary, eating eggs is not just about loading up on protein. For people over 60, it's also a simple way to maintain a healthy nervous system, ensuring that all signals from the brain to the muscles are transmitted smoothly, maintaining good balance, and reducing the risk of cramps or unexpected missteps in daily activities. Dear friends, eggs are perhaps the most familiar food in every kitchen, but the question is, how to eat them to both nourish muscles and benefit nerves, without worrying about affecting cardiovascular health? The good news is that, according to Harvard and the American Heart Association, 1 egg a day is completely safe for healthy older adults. Even for those with slightly high cholesterol, if they don't have severe cardiovascular disease, eating eggs regularly 4 to 5 times a week is still very good. And importantly, don't discard the yolk unless specifically instructed, because that's where choline, vitamin D, and B12 are concentrated, the silent assistants that help you maintain balance, improve reflexes, and enhance the flexibility of your legs. So, when should you eat eggs? Morning is the ideal time. After a long night, the body needs protein to protect muscles, or right after light exercise like walking or Tai Chi. Eggs will help muscles recover faster and more effectively. How to prepare them? Soft-boiled, steamed, or lightly fried eggs are best. Avoid deep frying or grilling until charred, as this will destroy nutrients and cause indigestion. If possible, combining eggs with vegetables or oats will help with better vitamin absorption and keep blood sugar stable. Of course, if you have severe blood lipid disorders, are taking high-dose statins, or have kidney problems, consult your doctor before regular consumption. But if there are no clear contraindications, then one egg a day, eaten correctly, can be a nutritional weapon to help you maintain alertness, walk lightly, and have a sharper mind each morning. Now then, how will you eat your eggs tomorrow morning? Soft-boiled, lightly fried, or try a new dish with eggs and vegetables? Please share your favorite way of preparing them. I'd love to hear from everyone. After 60, leg strength doesn't disappear in a day. It gradually declines, with each more tiring step up the stairs, each slower time getting up from a chair, each night of cramps or heavy calves. It's a silent process, but not irreversible. And as we have explored together, there are at least 6 completely natural, easy to find, cheaper than supplements foods that can sustainably nourish the muscle, tendon, motor nerve system. Sweet potatoes provide sustained carbohydrates, potassium, and beta-carotene to maintain stable energy, reduce inflammation, and prevent cramps. Oats, rich in magnesium, iron, and plant-based protein, help reduce muscle fatigue, gently recover muscles after exercise, especially in the morning. Avocado offers good fats, MUFA, potassium, and vitamin E, helping to reduce silent inflammation and stabilize neuromuscular transmission. Berries are a treasure trove of natural antioxidants, supporting the recovery of tendons, muscles, ligaments, increasing collagen synthesis, and reducing fatigue after walking. Fatty fish, such as salmon, mackerel, and sardines, rich in omega-3s and complete protein, help fight inflammation, regenerate muscle fibers, and maintain motor reflexes. Whole eggs led the list thanks to containing choline, B12, vitamin D, and the highest biological protein, helping to protect the nerve insulation and restore muscle fiber strength. No single food is a magic bullet, but when combined intelligently and regularly, they can create a clear change in just a few weeks. Fewer cramps, less feeling of unsteadiness, standing up from a chair faster, and especially feeling the strength return to your legs, lighter and more confident. Remember, caring for your leg health doesn't have to start at the gym or the hospital. It can start with a bowl of oatmeal in the morning, a slice of steamed fish at lunch, or simply half an avocado with a boiled egg. And if you start with a small choice today, tomorrow your legs will step more firmly, one step at a time. Thank you for joining me. If you found this video helpful, please share it with your loved ones and friends, because healthy legs are not just a personal matter, but also a journey of living independently and freely together.